Making money is really hard as a low-level player. In episode 2 of Rags to Riches today, I'm going to be showing you the most effective way to make over $1.5 million as a low-level player. I'll be walking you through it step by step, so if this video helps you out, leave a thumbs up, sub for more stuff like this, and let's go. Now that we have the acid lab set up, there's 3 different ways for us to resupply it. The first is what I'm doing on screen now by resupplying them yourselves. This will put you in a mission where you have to go out, steal the supplies, then bring them back to the acid lab. But that's not very effective because you'll actually have to do that about 4 times to fully resupply the business. The other way is you can walk up to Mutt and pay $60,000 for supplies, or you can call him and do the same thing. That's normally very effective, but because we're just starting out in GTA Online, we don't have that much money, so I'd prefer not to do that. So what we're actually going to do is go to a stash house and do it. You'll remember last episode I told you that this will make you $30,000 each day. However, now that we have a business, instead of giving us $30,000, it's actually going to fully resupply one of our businesses. And because we only have one, that means whenever we do a stash house, it will fully resupply our acid lab, essentially saving us $60,000. This is why we got the acid lab first, because it's super easy to resupply with these stash houses, and basically is gonna make us free money as a low-level player. So from this point on, I want you to do your stash house every single day to resupply your acid lab, and then we're gonna wait for this to fill up, and we'll sell this at the end of the episode. In this episode, we're gonna make almost $2 million, and the first way we're gonna do this is through treasure hunts. There's 3 different treasure hunts that we're going to do today, and each of them is going to give us between $250,000 to $350,000, and none of them should really take longer than an hour and a half. So let's get the first one underway. The first thing I did was wait until this email popped up in my inbox. This will normally happen a couple hours into your GTA Online career. Once this pops up, it's going to show you a photo of where this treasure hunt clue is. Then look on your map and there'll be a big yellow circle. Unfortunately, that circle is kinda bugged and often doesn't accurately show where the clue actually is. However, once you're up to this step, I'll leave a link at the top of the description that will show you all 20 possible spawn locations for this clue. My first clue is pretty simple, just over here on this island. And you'll be looking for this letter here that says, "Treasure tore our family apart, it ain't here no more, I moved it. You fuckers will never find it." From there, 3 little yellow circles will spawn on your map, and these will be the same for everyone, so I'll show you how to get them. For the first clue, closest to the left side of the map, you just have to go inside this cave here, and you'll see this dead body. For the clue in Sandy Shores, just walk into this abandoned hut and you'll find a shovel in the sand. And for the clue closest to the top of the map, just next to this tree on the side of the road will be an empty revolver case. Once you have all 3 clues, a yellow chest will spawn on your map. Head over there, open the chest, and you'll unlock the double action revolver from Red Dead Redemption 2. The next step is where things get pretty spicy. Now that you have the double action revolver, make sure your social club is linked to your account. It's a very simple process to connect your Rockstar Social Club account to your account. All you need to do, if you haven't done it already, is head over to the Rockstar Social Club website, and it's pretty straightforward. Once that's set up, all you need to do is get 50 headshots with the double action revolver, and you'll unlock $250,000. These headshots should be very simple to do because you can actually get headshots on anyone, whether it's an NPC driving a car or walking down the side of a road, whether it's another player, a cop, whoever. The easiest way to do it is call the cops or just get the cops on you, go onto a rooftop where they can't really get you easily, and just continue to peek and head glitch the cops. Even if this does take you a really long time, it's still worth it because there's not really another way to make any better money at this level. After the first treasure hunt was down and we finally had a bit of money in the bank account, it's time to get ourselves our first car. But no, not just for the sake of having a car, even though that's gonna be nice, this vehicle is actually gonna make us hundreds of thousands of dollars as well. But before we buy this car, I want you to come over to this garage at the top of the city and complete Hals time trial. Unfortunately, this is only available on PS5 and Xbox Series X. Once you complete this time trial, what it's going to do is it will allow us to upgrade an HSW vehicle to its HSW version of that vehicle for free. If you're unaware, Hals Special Works, or HSW, is a special series of cars that are much faster than the existing cars in the game. This is incredibly useful for us because this will allow us to complete HSW time trials every single week, and if we complete them, we get $250,000 just for completing a simple time trial. So once you go to Hals' garage and complete his first time trial, what I want you to do is buy yourself a garage to store a vehicle in. At this stage, we only need one vehicle, so just buy quite literally the cheapest property in the game, which is the 2-car garage on Popular Street. This will either be free for you or just $25,000. From there, what I want you to do is go into Legendary Motorsport and buy the vehicle called the Bravado Banshee. This is based off a Dodge Viper, but why am I telling you to buy this vehicle in particular? There's a bunch of vehicles that we can make into HSW vehicles. Why this one? The Banshee is not only the cheapest one, but it also has the 3rd highest top speed in the entire game. So now that we've completed Hals' special time trial, we can buy the Banshee for just over $100,000, take it into the LS car meet, and upgrade it to an HSW vehicle for free. First though, you will have to head over to Mimi in the LS car meet and buy a membership for $50,000, but believe me, this is still more than worth it. Let me try and put in perspective how much money we're actually saving with this. There are only 3 HSW vehicles that have a higher top speed than the Banshee. Those are the Vigero ZX, which is normally $1.947 million, the Sterling GT, which is normally $975,000, and the S95, which is normally $1.995 million. The Banshee is 4th, and it's only $105,000. Plus, now that we have the free Hals Special Works upgrade for completing his time trial, we are now saving $1.84 million that it would normally cost to upgrade the Banshee to the HSW Banshee. The amount of money we're saving here is absolutely insane. So now that you have your HSW Banshee, it may also be worthwhile, if you have the extra money for it, to not only make use of that free upgrade, but also possibly add a couple more acceleration upgrades as well. These can be things like transmission upgrades, turbo tuning, and more, but as long as you have about 8 bars of acceleration like you can see here, you should be able to complete these Hals Special Works time trials somewhat comfortably. So let's go and do that. First thing we're going to do is look to see where the HSW time trial is on your map, head over there and give it a go. My tip for this, first tip, what you're going to want to do is actually just place a waypoint on the final destination. That way you know the fastest route to go and you don't spend time going the wrong way. From there, if you know you're not going to complete this time trial fast enough, hold triangle or Y on Xbox to restart the time trial. The reason for that is if you complete the time trial in a time that is not quick enough, you won't have the ability to fast travel back to the start of that time trial. And in order to get the $250,000 for doing this once per week, we do need to complete the time trial below the time that's set for us. So there's no point in completing it too slow. Keep in mind this might take you a while. Some players might be able to complete it first go. For others, it might even take you an hour. Either way is completely okay, guys. It's worth taking the time to try and do this because $250,000, even if it does take you an hour, is still incredible for making money as a low-level player. Once you've completed your Hals Special Works time trial, congratulations, first of all, but not only are you able to complete this time trial, you can also complete the normal weekly time trial with your Banshee as well. This one isn't going to give us $250K, but it will give us $100,000, which is, again, awesome money. So just for doing these 2 time trials, we've made $350,000, and we're well on our way to becoming a millionaire. Righto, let's get back to some treasure hunts. Like I said, we've still got 2 more to go in this video. The next treasure hunt we're going to do is the bounty hunting one from Maud Eccles. In order to start this treasure hunt up, head up to this M on your map. Once you're here, you're going to get a text from Maud. She's going to tell you that shortly she'll send you some bounty hunting targets that you can track down and either kill or return to her for money. Once you get this email, make sure you're set up as a VIP or CEO through your interaction menu. In order to do that, hold down the touchpad, go down to SecuroServe and set yourself up as a VIP or a CEO. If you don't do this, occasionally the game can bug out and Maud won't actually send you these targets. Once Mord sends you a target, your job is pretty simple. You're gonna get a photo to see what they look like. From there, head over to the big yellow circle on the map, and that person is gonna be somewhere in that circle. You then have two choices. You can either kill them and get $5,000, or return them all the way back to Mord and get $10,000. In my opinion, if the target is pretty close to where Mord is, punch the target a few times and then take them back to Mord. If they're on the complete other side of the map though, it's not worth wasting your time. Just kill them, get the $5,000 and wait for the next target. Once you've done this 5 times, just like the last treasure hunt we did, you're going to get the location of a chest. Go over to that chest, and instead of getting a double action revolver, this time you're going to get a stone hatchet, and this thing is really cool. When you kill someone with this stone hatchet, it's going to activate a rampage ability, which is somewhat like Trevor's ability from single player. It's going to give you a lot more health. In order to get the money for this treasure hunt, all you need to do is kill 20 people with this hatchet. So instead of getting 50 headshots with the revolver like we did before, you just need 20 kills. And again, this can be on anyone, a cop, a civilian, a player, literally anyone. And once you do that, you're going to get another $250,000. On top of the money that you got for killing the bounty targets. After this, complete your daily skydives again, just like we did in episode 1. These will be on the map with the little parachute, like you can see here. Go around the map, complete 10 of these like I did with gold medals on every single one, and you're gonna get $150,000 total. It was at this point where I called it for the day, jumped off, and came back to the game after the next weekly reset. And it was time for me to complete the 3rd treasure hunt. This treasure hunt will be for the Navy revolver, and it's actually very similar to the double action revolver treasure hunt we did before. First thing I want you to do is come up to this building here, and you'll see this text on the side of the wall that says, "Can you find me?" The location is right here on the map. Now, this is the first one of 5 clues that we'll be doing for this treasure hunt, so let's go to the other ones. The second clue you'll be looking for is this hand, or this arm, here. Now, this one is right north of the Sandy Shores airfield, right here on the map. For clue number 3, we'll be heading a bit further north again, right here on your map. Walk up to the side of this barn, and you're going to want to look at this axe in the side of the wall. The 4th one is right at the top of the map in Paleto Bay. Go over and inspect this bloody handprint that's on this door. The location is right here on the map. Now, the 5th and final clue will be a van. However, it doesn't spawn in one set location. There's actually 5 different spots that it can spawn. This map here shows all of the possible spawn locations. You'll see there's 4 red skulls that have a black outline. Those are the 4 we've already got. The red skulls that have a yellow outline though are the 5 possible spawn locations for this van. Now, I'll leave a link in the description below, leaving a link to this map where you can actually zoom in and see the exact precise location of this van spawn, so that should help you out a lot. After you have all 5 clues, you'll get a text from an unknown number. Once you get this text, you need to go into Blaine County between the hours of 7 PM and 5 AM in-game. You'll need to be on foot, and the easiest location to do this is actually just the Sandy Shores airfield. Just walk out right in the middle like this. I would also recommend standing on top of your car like I do here. Once you're here between the hours of 7 PM and 5 AM in-game, the slasher is actually going to spawn and try and kill you. You have to kill him, which is pretty easy if you're on an object that he can't get on top of. Then you'll have unlocked the Navy revolver, along with $50,000 for your troubles. From there, we just have to do the exact same thing that we did with the double action revolver. Get 50 headshots. And just like the double action revolver treasure hunt, we're going to get another $250,000. So all the treasure hunts are down. We still have some ways to make money. Like I said, I waited until the weekly reset, which is Thursday mornings. So that means I could do my HSW and my normal time trials again. So I completed both of those for another $350,000. And because it was a new day as well, I completed 10 more skydives for another $150,000. I then completed another stash house to stock up my acid lab, and finished off the episode by completing an acid lab sale mission. So in order to do this, head into your acid lab, either go into the free shop, take it out of the free shop, and then hop in the back, or just request your acid lab to you through the interaction menu by going into services, acid lab, request acid lab. From there, walk to the back of your acid lab to where the acid is stored, and you'll be able to sell all of the product you have. For me, because I recorded this episode across 2 days, my acid lab was completely full. If you want to sell the acid lab, there's 2 ways to do it. The first is in an invite only session, which I would recommend for new players. And the second way is to do it in a highly populated public session. This is very, very risky because other players will try and blow up your product. But if you can successfully do it, you're going to get a bonus for every single player that's in that lobby. For every player that's in your lobby, you're going to get 2.5% more money when you complete that sale mission. However, that's going to cap out at 20 players. So potentially, if you did this in a 20-player lobby, you could earn 50% more money. However, I don't recommend that for new players because you are actually very likely to get your product destroyed and earn nothing. Anyway, I completed my sale mission and we finished the video with just under $1.7 million. Not bad for a low-level player. In episode 3, we'll be saving up the last $500,000 to buy the Kasatka submarine and start the Cayo Perico heist. So come back next week if you want to join me on my journey while I try and do it. If you enjoyed the video, if it helped you out, a thumbs up would be awesome. Sub for more stuff like this. I hope you're staying safe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!